excited. 3 years in the making. It's a long time. Just a long time. I want people to say hi and tell me, because I'm not telling you what's going on until people say hi and say, I'm here. It's new moon too. Oh, well, it's new moon tomorrow. It's a bit exciting. I'm just going to share this. There's people here who say hi. I'm so freaking excited. Okay, let me share this. So I think it's dark moon today, actually. I'm going to double check that. Now I've shared that. All done. And what is it? So new moon, June 2017, Brisbane. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's tomorrow at lunchtime. Apparently it's a super moon. So I have been working on something for 3 years and I didn't realize I had until last week. So what's going on? Like, okay, do you remember when I wrote 9 books in 10 months a couple of years ago, and that's what it's all about. And I think that I'm so excited about it because, like, I wrote them. It would have been 3 years ago, and I wrote 1 a month. So there's 9 books, so there's 9 chakras. Well, there's 8 chakras and the 9th one is integration. And I wrote 1 and then I taught a workshop on that one. So some of you guys came to those workshops, which was awesome to have you in person at Lindy's studio in Blooming Lotus Yoga. And they've kind of just been sitting there ever since, right? And I kind of didn't know that, I wrote them so that I could then teach them, which I did in person. And then kind of one thing just, you know, went to the other, and I don't know, you just keep going along, right? You just keep turning up. And I think it's a big part of trusting your intuition and your life purpose. And, you know, like, you don't really get shown, you might have like a vision, or you might have like a you know, kind of vision and a big picture about what it is, or, you know, like things that you're working towards. But for me, it's kind of like I know what I'm doing, but I never really, it's like I see the big vision, but I don't have the exact steps to get there. I just kind of turn up to the next one and then I'm like, okay, cool, and I'm doing this and I'm doing this. And it's not like, oh, I don't get the whole manual of the steps, right? And so I just keep turning up. And then last week I sat down to start putting these ebooks, like to put them as ebooks available, right? And I kind of like, I was like, oh, cool, yeah, I'll do this today. And then I sat down to do it. I'm like, oh, this is a huge job, right? This is a huge job. I'm like, I can't just do this in one day. So when I realized how big it was last Wednesday, but at the same time, I got the big picture. I was just like, oh my God, this makes so much sense. So, you know, like I've had a couple of clients and, you know, they'll do a project and then they'll kind of be like, oh, and it kind of like goes away sort of thing. And it's like, you know, they're like, oh, it's like a waste. And I'm like, no, like none of that is a waste. It's like, it sleeps, right? I'm a big believer that you can like create something and then it'll kind of like your whole kind of focus will change or shift, or something will completely take you seemingly off path, right? And it's not that it's like a waste or you're like, oh, well, that failed or it didn't work. It's like that it sleeps, yeah? And this is exactly what's happened with these 9 books that I wrote in 10 months, yeah? It's like, this is, I didn't write them and see them as a waste just sitting there. I'm like, oh, well, that's a waste. It was like, you know, then I moved on to creating Trust Your Intuition, and then now I'm working on calling in your soulmate. And when I sat down to put these available, as ebooks last week, obviously I've already opened the Light-Filled Yoga membership and we're in the crown chakra. Now this is when all your new ideas come in, right? And it's like taking action on those things that you're doing. And you know, if you get ideas, it's like, okay, and that was the thing. I just get an idea and I act on it. I don't question it. I don't, you know, think, oh, well, how's that going to work? I don't see how that's going to work, so I'm not going to do that. It's just kind of like, cool. And it was like, when I sat down last Wednesday to like, I was like, cool, I'll put the ebooks on today. Yeah, I'll get all this done today. And I sat down and I'm like, this is such a huge job, because it's like, you know, for one book, there's like, you know, all these systems, email systems, like there's so much shit you got to set up on the online world, and doing it all myself, it's like, it's a big fucking job, right? But I'm grateful to Colleen O'Neill for teaching me all the tech stuff about how to do it, and it's got to a point now where I can set things up pretty fucking quickly, so I'm really grateful about that. Except with these chakra books, these aren't just ebooks, right? There's audio meditations to go with these. Now I had recorded a lot of them because like some of them are in the Trust Intuition course, and then I made created a whole new bunch just for Trust Intuition as well. But when I sat down to put the books online last week, I was like, oh, I still need to record these audios, and I still need to, you know, like do bits, and I had to edit the books and everything, and I was like, oh my God. Anyway, so I did a bit last Wednesday, and then I sat down to do some yesterday, and I was up till 3 a.m. last night, and I got up at 6 a.m. this morning, and I've been at it all day, and I finally just like finished it, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited, because this is such a big picture. Like when I sat down last Wednesday to put this on, it was like, oh my God, like all the pieces of the puzzle came together, because I'd already opened the Light-Filled Yoga membership a couple of weeks ago, right? And I got that idea, same thing. I was like, bang, there's the idea. I'm like, oh cool, we've got to set that up, open that. And then I was like, oh, I need to do that. You know that saying, like, you know, start before you are ready? Like this is such a thing of like, you know, you get a thought, you just do it, right? You know, you don't question it, because it's when you start questioning and doubting, that's when you stumble, that's when you stop, right? So, you know, like I set the Light-Filled Yoga membership up, that's up and running. There's yoga classes in there. There's all about the crown chakra training videos in there, right? And then obviously the ebook and the meditations are in there for each particular chakra. However, what is going on here as well is that, like, when I got the idea last week, it was like, put the ebooks on, I was like, okay, and I sat down to do it, I was like, oh my God, how could I have not seen that this was like, it was like when all the pieces of the puzzle came together. Like, you know how I said at the start of this live stream, how like, you know, you might have a vision for your life purpose or what you're meant to do, all this sort of thing. But, you know, I've never had the manual of each individual step, right? It was like last Wednesday when I sat down to do these ebooks online, I was just like, holy shit, how can I have not seen that before? And it's kind of like, it's like that thing of like, what is it? You know, like it was right in front of you the whole time, or like, you know, of course it makes sense. Like, how could you have not seen that? Like, it's so like, I don't know, that's such a feeling of it. So with these books, right, they're ebooks, so they're available now, and you can get each individual ebook, and then you can just get the ebook and the audio meditations if you want the corresponding audio meditations, or you can buy the entire set. So I'll put the link in the comments about that, because I was just like, oh, this makes so much sense now, because now that this is like open for people, well then obviously you can, you know, read the ebooks, which, you know, some of you, I think Liz is on here, I saw you join, and you came to my chakra workshops, Liz, so everything is like fully up and running now, and we've got all the, like, there's over 50, like I think I counted 57 audio meditations for the whole set. And I was like, oh my God, like I've recorded so many audio meditations yesterday. I don't know if you saw my Snapchat or my story yesterday. It was just like meditation after meditation. I was just like, you know, and it was just like, I don't want to say this, but especially the like integration and the base chakra, there's some fucking powerful meditations in them. like in the base chakra and integration, there's like healing and balancing masculine and feminine, and then in the integration there's balancing masculine and feminine within each chakra. It's a long meditation, but it's a fucking powerful meditation. And every time I do them, I was just like, I had to go to the toilet each time I like did it. I was just like, whoa, clean out, clean out, clean out. Like, it was so strong. And I was like, it was probably why I'm buzzing with energy now, because hey Liz, because I'm just like, I don't know, and I'm excited because now I see the whole picture, and I'm like, oh, cool, like, and now that this is open and up and running, like, it's like full focus on the light field yoga, and now for each month I can go through it and create all the training videos, all the light field yoga videos, everything is just like, I'm like, oh, how can I not have seen this big picture before? So I was like, thank you. You know, when you have a breakthrough and it's just like, ah, there it is, finally. Just kind of like going along in the dark almost, you know, like, you just got to keep turning up, and you got to keep turning up, and then you just, you know, and then the whole fucking world opens up, right? So that's my news. I have been, you know, and it's so weird because like I stayed up to 3 a.m. like I was like almost gonna push through and just keep going. But I've learned before, like, if I can at least get a bit of sleep, like just even like a couple of hours sleep, you know, in that nighttime, like the actual darkness, and actually just get up again, then I'm fine. But if I actually stay up till sunrise, it's kind of fucks it. Maybe it's just a mind thing, I don't know. So yeah, and I'm like buzzing now, and I think because I don't know, like I haven't really eaten. I've been juicing, so I've been fasting as well, and I've just been like, you know, energetically there. So I'm really excited to release that for you today. I'm going to pull a card for myself. Oh, one just fell out on the ground. Pulling a card for myself. I'm celebrating this because it's a really big fucking deal for me to, you know, like I never for once thought that these were a waste, because these are the basis of the Lightfield Yoga Teacher Training. And, you know, like I just know that, you know, over time, like things are shifting and evolve. It's just, you know, you just keep turning up. And I guess, you know, if you're watching this live stream and there's something that you've been putting off because you can't see how it's possible, you can't see, you know, each step, I tell you to fucking throw that out the window and just turn up to the next thing that you know you have to do. Don't worry why you're doing it. Don't worry or question, you know, how you're doing it. Don't, you know, don't question. Just turn up and do it. Like when I wrote these books, you know, and sometimes you might have to stay up a bit later. It's a choice between watching your favorite TV show or actually getting shit done, right? Like, who writes 9 books in 10 months? I don't know. I do. Thanks, Liz. So when I was like, when I was shuffling the books then, the cards, this fell out on the ground and I pulled this for myself. New career. I was like, you know, that's how it kind of feels. I'm like, oh, how can I not have seen that, having the ebooks and all the audio, like how can I not have seen that? Like I always knew I was going to put them online, but it wasn't like this, you know, it wasn't, I don't know, it was just, I don't know, it just makes sense, like, you know. And I even said to my girlfriend last week, when, you know, when I got the message and I saw the big picture, I was just like, oh, how can I not have seen this before? And then, like, I already felt a shift, you know, at that point. I was like, oh, this is something big here, you know, like this is like, oh my God, like things are really, I don't know, I can't really describe it. But that new career card for me, your work focus is shifting in a positive, new and successful direction. This is like, oh, I don't know. It's awesome. So yes, I am on fire. Does anyone want me to pull a card for them while I'm here? Because I'm really excited that I've done that now. I've been like flapjack, and I have to share the bottom card with you because if you know, I do my readings, I usually look at the bottom card of the deck. It is get some exercise, and I have to laugh at that because, you know, like I said, I've just been sitting here from probably about 8:30 yesterday morning, recording, doing all this, you know, taking little mini breaks, but you know, I've not moved basically from here. And it's like, you know, I teach it in Trust Your Intuition, you know, that word balance. It's like there's a certain point, it's like, you know, and I think I was speaking about this the other day too, you know, like what's important, you know, is cleaning the dishes important, or is getting shit done important, right? And it's like, I knew that, you know, like if I have late nights every single night, and if I, you know, like continue to do that, I'll fucking floor myself. Every now and again, you know, like I stayed up late last night because I knew what I was doing. I was, you know, had a thing to make it, you know, like I was just like, right, if I do that, if I sleep from 3 till 6, that'll give me a little chunk, and then I can keep going. And it's funny because the night before I actually ate dinner, and then like I was just so tired, and I was like, well, I'm not eating dinner tonight, so I didn't. I fasted, and I guess that's when you have more energy too. I was juicing. I had juices. So yeah, so that gets some exercise. I was like, yeah, I've been sitting at my desk for like, what's today? So what, I don't know, nearly 24 hours straight almost. And I'm like, yeah, I'm ready for some exercise. And it's like that movement of, you know, like, oh yeah, the balance that's what I was talking about. So it's like, you know, finding your own balance. What does balance mean to you? Like in my head, I was like, I can sleep on the weekend if I need to, and I can also do exercise on the weekend. You know, I'm like, if I just sit here and not move, I'm gonna get this done. And I fucking did it, and I'm so excited. So I'll share the link in the comments. All right, so Tammy, I will pull a card for you. Yay! I'm really excited about that falling on the ground for me, new career. I'm very curious about what shifts and changes, because I can already feel it, yeah? So I'm a bit excited. So I'll share the link in the comments. I'm just like buzzing with energy. Anyone would think, oh my God, you've been up and you've been sitting there, and it's like, nah. When you're on purpose, you're given all the time, energy, resources, energy, did I say that already? That you need, yeah? Tammy, this one is for you, debt paid off. So obviously it can mean definitely finances. It says the old weight and habit of debt is lifted from your life. I always look at contracts, yeah, when this card comes out. So like contracts that you've made with yourself, contracts that you obviously make with other people, but I am getting about voices, like words that you are speaking towards yourself, and saying towards yourself, more so than financial, but it could be financial too. Yeah, I'm feeling just to be mindful of like words that you're even saying to yourself too, you know, like, because every word, you know, is that same thing. Oh, I was teaching it and calling in a soulmate this morning. Sure thing, Scott. Yeah, I was teaching and calling in your soulmate this morning about the words. Oh, so like say, you know, like I'm like, oh, I need to get early nights, and then I'm like, cool, I'll go to bed at 7:30, and then for whatever reason 7:30 comes around and it doesn't happen, and then it's like you feel down on yourself because you broke a commitment to yourself. It's like kind of chips away at your self-esteem, chips away at your I don't know what that is, but you know, it's like those commitments that you make to yourself. So just be mindful of the words that you're like putting pressure on yourself is what I'm getting for you, Tammy. All right, Narissa was next. Oh, Liz, I missed you, actually. I'm going to do Liz first because she was first. Oops. All right, Liz. What's going on here? All right. Pressing all these buttons. Okay, this one is for Liz. Let go. Oh, and I just saw your Facebook message post on your comment on my post. Before I logged on, I obviously didn't reply, but I did just read it. So talk about you're already in, you know, like you're already onto it sort of thing. Like I saw that you know what you need to do and you're going to take action on that. The letting go of control is really big at the moment. I think that was the live stream that you posted on, of, you know, like surrendering, and it's kind of like nothing that you can do or say or, you know, will change any outcome. Like, yeah, influences, but at the same time you really have no control over kind of anything. So just being able to let go and go with the flow, basically, which is easier said than done. So you did read my blog, and that's what I was just about to suggest, but you've got all the tools there, so that's awesome confirmation for you. Bottom card for you just jumped out at me. Whom do you need to forgive? So I think some self-forgiveness, being too hard on yourself, and just like dropping into that, you know, forgiveness about being unconscious about that stuff, you know, like don't beat yourself up about it. It's just something that happened, so now you just got to move on with it, yeah? All right, Narissa, this one is for you. Holiday. These are the fairy cards, by the way. I'm still getting used to having the camera back the other way, but at least you can see the cards now. The answer you're looking for can be found during a vacation, retreat, or holiday getaway. I'm kind of getting the message for you, Narissa, as well, about letting go of the situation. Maybe you do need a holiday, but also just letting go of the situation. Like, you can't change it, can't do anything about it. So just let go of it. Is the message that I'm getting for you. Yeah, so very similar. It's kind of in the theme of what's going on at the moment too. Let go, let go. Scott, this one is for you. Oh, here we go. Sorry, more comments come up. Tammy said Wi-Fi dropped out. You have to watch later. You're very welcome. Thanks, Tammy. Yeah, you're so welcome, Liz. It's pretty in alignment with the comment you just left before. That's cool. All right, Scott, this one is for you. Do some research. Still getting used to the flipping camera. I flick it around. There we go. Do some research. You need more information about this situation, so look into it further before proceeding. Feels like, you know, just something to be mindful of. I'm getting the message for you, don't jump in. So even like through this live stream, I was just like, yeah, like just do it. Don't even think about it. Get shit done. For you, I'm getting the message to just kind of just suss other options out before making a decision. Is that research card for you? And I just looked at the bottom card is new home. So I'm wondering if there's some movement happening or contemplating shifts or changes. Like there's some sort of changes going on, but just it feels like you don't need to rush anything. It feels like something like you'll be shown more information over time. So yeah, that's your card for you, Scott. You're welcome, Narissa. So it is dark moon at the moment. So if there's stuff that you're needing to let go of, you can do a little ceremony. You can, you know, write shit down, safely burn it, bury it, chuck it in the bin. And then obviously tomorrow is new moon, so lunchtime, 12:30 Brisbane time tomorrow at lunchtime. So obviously that's kind of peak dark moon energy time too, so letting go of stuff. But then, you know, the next 3 days after that, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, you're welcome, Scott. Sounds like it resonates. So, you know, new moon intention time, perfect time for setting intentions, and getting, you know, things coming to light for you. So enjoy the dark moon, new moon energy, and I will post a link in the comments. Go and check it out. I'm so proud of myself. Yes, I can be proud of myself, and I'm gonna have a fucking celebration tonight because that was a huge stint of work. And I just I'm actually really excited to be able to have my books as ebooks available for you, because like so many people ask me for them. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta do that. And I'm like, oh yeah, I must have known how fucking a bigger job it was, right? Over 50, like nearly 60 meditations and all that, but you know, it's all up there now, and I'm excited because now people can read my books. I'm like, oh right, of course. So I'll post the link in the comments. Go check it out, tell me what you think, and I look forward to seeing you over the weekend. Have a beautiful night, keep it really real, lots of love, namaste.